guys, we legit just dealt with it, almost what was gonna be an emergency. Like, I was about to leave to the hospital. I just got off the phone with Mace's pediatrician. Everything was going so good. He woke up from his nap. I fed him, and then he seemed like he needed a burp. And it was a burp that wouldn't come out. And then 10 minutes passed by, and he's still just so fussy and whining. Usually he could always get his burp out. 20 minutes passed by, nothing. Now we're going on 30 minutes of him just crying, and I'm like, this is so weird. I tried to nurse him. He didn't want to nurse. I look up things online. It said warm water, so I go and take a bath with him, and we do skin to skin. He's calm in the bath, but then started whining when I sat him up. And then when I tried to nurse him, I've always consoled my babies with nursing. Like, that's just like, that's all I know what to do. Especially with a 1 month old that you can't give medicine, nothing to. He's whining and whining and whining, and then he just falls asleep on me, and he's like so tired. And it's not like he was whining, he was grunting. When I was looking up grunting, it said, like, I thought that was constipation, but it actually said that's like respiratory. Oh yeah, it's another thing is when I touch his stomach, he tenses up. Like, he looks like he's in so much pain and so constipated. Like, that's all I could explain of what he looked like. He started like crying again, like full force, just as normal. Yes, baby, I'm coming. I called my pediatrician immediately. I had Kiko hold him and calm him. I like needed to step out because I like started to freak out. Like, something is wrong. We're now going on hour 10, and he's getting like progressively worse. I'm just freaked out because he's such a good baby, and like I just know that he's in pain or something's wrong. They say like it's so rare for newborns to have constipation, and not even that, it's so rare for breastfed babies. So it worries me that something else is wrong. Like, he was grunting with every single breath, just like ugh, ugh. I just switched with Kiko. I am gonna try my hardest not to cry right now, but trust me, I am a mess. I just watched them pin him down to do an IV, and he didn't want to take it. It didn't work, sorry, I meant. And he has a fever. So when we first got there, his fever was 101.8. And they brought me in Tylenol maybe like 30 minutes later, and mind you, he's like not hot at all. And I'll probably I don't even know where to begin. Before I give you guys the rundown of what's going on, I'm just gonna catch you guys up to speed on the last 24 hours. In a time like this, picking up the camera and vlogging is weird, unimaginable. Oop, he's starting to wake. You guys are like my family, and I think it's very important to share what had happened. To start, I am at a children's hospital in Hawaii. There is 8 Hawaiian islands, and this is the hospital that all kids from all islands would get transported to if things were going wrong. We didn't start off at this hospital. We actually started off at a hospital closer to our home, and they wanted to ambulance rush us here. There's so much that goes into this story that I'm kind of not ready to relive right now. I was a mess I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't keep it together. I couldn't fathom the things that they told me I was gonna have to go through with him. I couldn't breathe. I had severe like panic attacks where I had to sit in the car and just breathe in silence because he had screamed for 4 hours straight. I think my worst nightmare has always been a spinal tap. You hear of it all the time. I actually got one as an infant, and my mom always explained that that was the scariest moment in her entire life. That was like my worst nightmare, and it came true. My little boy Mace is 7 weeks old, and he had a spinal tap a few hours ago. We did it. We got through it. He is healing. When I first arrived at the hospital, not this hospital, but when I first got to the hospital, because he had a fever, that is the only reason I went in. She instantly told me we're gonna have to run every single test because he's a newborn, and that includes a spinal tap. I was a mess from that point on. They wanted to stretcher him on a stretcher in an ambulance, and I am so grateful that we didn't do that. You guys, my baby is talking to me. He's been sleeping all day and I've been so worried. Hi. You talking to Mama? Hi. Hi. It's Mama. Yeah. Yeah. Mama's here. He's strong. You mommy's good boy. He's literally hooked up everywhere. It's so sad. When he started having like his... You talking to Mama? Hi, Papa. Yeah. I feel so silly crying with him. You probably don't want to see Mama cry, huh? No. Hi. I love you so much, son. Oh my God. It's been a day. Ever since he woke up and he's been fussy, I couldn't get him to talk to me. And he's such an alert, talking baby already. And he was just fussy and annoyed. And when he was going through everything last night and just screaming and crying and tired, I thought to myself, I just can't wait till the day he talks to me again. And he's just smiling and talking. I'm so happy. Hi, big boy. Look at all these cords. Oh, I'm sorry. Look how cute you look in your little squirrel. That's my big boy. Yeah. Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. His feet is what I find the coldest. That down, we have a little socky there. I put all of this. You don't have that much slack because it's hooked to a machine, but I like to put it in there. And then we're gonna swaddle him. He has his IV on that side, where he gets his medicine, his antibiotics. And then I put this up to the side and then swaddle this up. So he's just like a warm, tight cocoon. So I'm gonna play some white noise because do you hear this? So we've been playing noise to drown that out. Gonna go get some breakfast. Look at how nice this cafeteria is. Like, it is just beautiful. There's a Starbucks. Wow. I look fabulous. I did change. Kiko brought me like a bag yesterday and I was able to change everything, but I kept on this warm jacket because it is so cold in here. But he's sleeping. I just changed, nursed, swaddled, put his white noise on, made it dark, and he's getting some well-rested sleep. They just came in and did all his vitals, and he doesn't have a temperature still, so he only had a temperature when we first got to the original hospital. But anyways, it's so crazy because they have a Starbucks. Like I'm drinking a Starbucks in the hospital. It's just so weird to me.
Let me find this real quick. Yeah, you just don't let her out, Mom. Mom, look at me. I'm a unicorn, Mom.
They just brought me some warm, like they're literally warm bath lights and a new outfit. So we're gonna go ahead and give him a bath. Hello, Mama. Oh, my baby. Hi. I know, my love. So it is 11:32 and we're pretty much waiting on some cultures to come back. His spinal tap fluid we won't know until tonight at 2 a.m. but they did have some results back and they think that it's nothing. They're not too concerned with meningitis anymore, that those results came back good. However, they did find some white and red blood cells, and so they're not sure if that's from a little blood getting into the spinal fluid when they gave him the spinal tap. So we won't know those results for sure until 2 a.m. tonight, so I'm really anxious for that. When we were at the other hospital, they collected his urine. So from my understanding, they put the urine in yeast and they watch it grow. So we're waiting. Oh, he's just annoyed. It sucks because they have to come and take his vitals. Oh, and it's like, I don't know if I should burp him because he had a spinal tap. So it's like, is it bruised? Like, my epidural still hurts to this day. Okay. They have to come and check his vitals, and I understand that, but oh, he did have a burpees. It's like I don't know how to burp him now that he just had that. It just sucks because every time I've gotten him to bed, they come in to do his vitals, and it's like, it's so confusing for him because he goes to sleep and then they wake him right back up. So they're waiting on the urine culture to come back to see if it was a urinary tract infection. He's doing just so good. He's just such a good baby. He just likes to listen to Mama talk, I think is it. Yeah, he just said yes, he does. I'm so proud of you, Mace. You went through so much. I'm so proud of you, my love. I am. Yeah. So we're waiting on the urine to see if any yeast grew on it, if he had a urinary tract infection. We're waiting on the final results for the spinal fluid. He's going to get another dose of antibiotics at 2, and it's 11:36 right now. So at 2 o'clock, he'll get his second round of medicine. Pretty much everything else came back in negative. They did like an RS or an RV swab to check for viruses. They did the corona. They did the flu. They did blood, and the blood showed that his white blood cells were high, his inflammatory markers were high, and his bacteria level was high. So they're trying to get down to the bottom of this bacteria that's in his body, but it could just be normal bacteria. But because he's 6 weeks old, they just can't chance it, and they have to test for everything serious before they could let us go home. I just don't know how to burp him. How do you burp him? I'm finally getting around to eating. I got myself this morning papaya. I got an orange defense drink. I got the ultimate hydration coconut water, a banana, and then eggs and French toast. But I just realized I didn't grab a fork. So just clean my hands, and I'm gonna now eat with my hands and talk story with my baby. Taking care of myself has not been a priority, so we're gonna drink up some coconut milk because mommy is breastfeeding you and I need to be healthy for you. Echo open Kumu.
Aloha, my name is Penny. Welcome to the Kapiolani Medical Center for Women and Children.
Play classical Disney.
Okay, play.
Echo, play classical Disney music.
I couldn't find any classical Disney songs.
Let's get some music going for us, because we are just bored. We've now moved to just staring outside. Yeah. You got 8 minutes. Right there it says he has 8 minutes left. I'm still waiting on the results. We were supposed to get them back yesterday. You would never think changing your child in the morning would be changing their scrub. I literally have 9 people in this room talking to me, just like, Mom, you got any questions?
Thank you so much.